Thank you for watching Tomorrow's America. My name is William Donahue. As you can see in the title, we just avoided a massive crisis in Iran. I'm going to get into exactly what happened. Trump made an ultimatum and it spiraled into a whole bunch of, um, you know, threats and things. Before we get into all that, please like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment. We did have a comment that um, was saying that, as far as I could see, we're bombing Iran, and the person thought that we were winning the war. So here's the thing: you can bomb a country and blow it off the map, but if they can somehow figure out what how to win in an asymmetrical war, which could be information, could be financial, could be a bunch of different things, and they can cripple your country in a certain way and still fight on a different front that's not just combat troops. uh that doesn't mean that you won the war. So that's kind of a little confusion that people are having, and I thought I'd clarify. Before I get into it, I want to read a Bible verse. This is Matthew 24, 6 through 13. And the Bible I'm reading is a King James Bible, but it's called the Proper Names Version. So if anyone's interested, it says, "And Yeshua," that's Jesus, "answered and said to them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be many famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall grow cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So I wanted to read that before we get into this. Don't fear these wars. These are things that must come to pass. Now, that being said, being prepared, doing things preemptively when you know something's coming, that's not being afraid, that's being smart. So get some food, get some things that you're going to need because, like I've said throughout the last couple shows, oil is a big, obviously, export of the Middle East, and all the products that come along with that. That's fertilizer and urea, which are both used for farming, sulfur, get bullets now, get food now, get plastics, backup diesel if you have a diesel tank, fill it up, a big one on your property or little cans or whatever you can, fill it up. There's going to be shortages of all sorts of things all over Indonesia right now. There's lines at the gas pumps and they're not putting out any gas, and they're denying people. So that's a big problem over there. And, we have our own sources of oil, but it could effectively, hit our businesses and our industries and things like that. So that's one aspect of just being prepared for the war and being smart. So what the danger is that Donald Trump, or well, Iran, I guess we'll start there. We started the war. Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz. There's this tension, right? So, uh, basically, Iran said, if you or we'll open the Strait of Hormuz if you let us trade in the yen, if you acknowledge our rights to have nuclear enrichment, and there was two other demands. Um, and the U.S. responded by putting a 48-hour ultimatum and saying that if you don't open the Strait of Hormuz, then we're going to bomb civilian electrical infrastructure in Iran. So that would put a blackout on the entire country of Iran. And that is a war crime. You can't hit civilian infrastructure in a war. So Trump threatened to do this. Iran responded by saying, if you hit our infrastructure, if we don't open the Strait of Hormuz and you blow up our civilian infrastructure, then we're going to retaliate by bombing Qatar, Saudi Arabia, their water desalination plants, their electrical, their civilian infrastructure. So this could have spiraled into a massive thing. That's existential for all of those countries, not only for their exports, but for their citizens, civilians in general. And we're talking 100 and some million people that would all of a sudden not have water in the middle of a desert or not have electricity. So massive, massive, massive catastrophe. We avoided this crisis. I don't know the details of how they avoided it. Apparently, the Trump ultimatum, now we're backing off of it. And Iran has agreed. They postponed the ultimatum, is what essentially happened. But uh, I don't know. I don't know if the ultimatum still stands, or if they're gonna go back into negotiations, maybe have a ceasefire. That would be the best case scenario. But whatever happens, this was historically what happened with Joe Kent was historic that he got out and exposed this. Now the Trump administration, I hate to say it, but they look weak. They posed an ultimatum, and Iran said, no, we're not going to do it. And now we're backing off of what we threatened to do, and Iran is going to be able to negotiate instead of getting their electricity bombed. So we were very close to the edge of an extremely dangerous situation. And I want to tell people to be prepared, grow a garden this summer. It's not too late. Right now, you could put peppers in the ground and a couple onions and a couple other things. And then in the next couple weeks, you can plant other things. But start researching this. Go get what could be planted now. Get your planter boxes, plant a garden, plan to can some vegetables, buy some storable food. Get ahead of this before, the panic buying starts and all that stuff. We saw it during COVID. People go out and panic buy. You have a crucial piece of knowledge that not many people have by knowing this information. So go out, get some food, get ahead of the game, be prepared, pray for this country, pray for Israel, pray for Iran and all the Gulf states, and pray for the world, pray for world peace. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. I want to thank everyone for watching. Christ is King, and thank you for watching Tomorrow's America.